it's Jules here with Beanie.
Hello.
And welcome back to another episode of the Monday Night Wah! Set in the one and only Brobna. And we have a super special battle report for you today because we are taking two, let's just say less than average armies and pitting them against each other in the form of Tau and the Chaos Demons. Or as it's translated, let's have a nice battle.
Yeah, nice.
So here we are on another ruined sector of Brobna, and we have gone from goo to boo because we are back in the spooky cemetery today as the two armies clash for control of this admittedly pretty crappy looking town over here. We've got an old factorum that has long since ceased production, and we've got what was probably a burial site for all the workers that were there that is encased in the valley of these horrible looking mountains.
It is a little bit nicer than the average Imperial burial ground. Normally, that's just a pit where they just boot the bodies into the pit.
Yeah, they actually get one this time. And there are 6 objectives in play, which we will be fighting for control over today. And we are going to be fighting from side to glorious side over here, predetermined to make the most of the Tau shooting and the speed and ferocity of the Chaos Demons. Now, you will get the classic 5 points for holding 1, 10 points for holding 2, and 15 for holding more than your opponent. That is all that is in play today. Let's see if I can spread my shadow of chaos across the battlefield, or whether the greater good will shine a flashlight right in my face and send me running back to Daddy. Daddy in this case is the warp. Oh, what's this? Some lovely tokens. That's right, Grey Stag Gaming has provided us with these lovely Battle Shock and Command Point tokens that we'll be using today, as well as the objective markers that are in play. And oh, look! They've even got our little logo on them. More details on these as and when we get some more details ourselves, actually. But let's go to the armies. It's 1,000 points of Chaos Demons, and some of these horrible but also lusciously lovely demonettes were painted up by good friend of the channel, Joe Talbot from AOS Holes, who does amazing content with his friend Sam. They do lots of Blood Bowl, they do Age of Sigmar stuff, and they are a right laugh. If you thought that we were silly, well, we look absolutely serious by comparison. Now, speaking of serious, let's get down to business. I've got 3 units of demonettes over here. Absolutely nothing special about them, apart from they each have a demonic standard and a little demonic tutor, we'll call it. They doot on the toot over there, which means that they can run very, very fast, and I think that it re-rolls charge rolls. I'll double check that before we go into battle, and which is very good indeed, seeing as they move something like 9. And speaking of moving quickly, we have some Seekers over here who can move even faster than that, and they have the Scout keyword, meaning that they get a pre-game move, which is very useful indeed in closing the distance, which I definitely need to do. I've got 3 Fiends over here. They are very tanky in combat, and I believe that they've been boosted to toughness 5, meaning that they will be able to withstand a fair few more hits than before. And finally, we have the big Thirst over here, my greater demon of SLAANESHI, the Keeper of Secrets. And they do not have any enhancements, but they are my warlord. Reason being is because I just couldn't afford to put any enhancements on them, but they are equipped with the Shining Aegis, which gives them a 5-up feel no pain, and that is going to be very useful on something that big, who will likely be attracting quite a lot of attention. And just in case you hadn't figured it out by now, very good in combat. That's where they need to be. Yeah, surprising that, surprising. But there we go, that is my entire 1,000 points, 995 if I'm being precise. Now let's go over and meet Beanie's teamie. So Beanie, tell us what you're bringing today, my friend.
So I have brought Commander Farsight, because he is the single only combat unit worth running in all of Tau, and I thought it might be useful considering all you are is combat.
Very true. Very limited shooting in my army.
So yeah, so he might be able to swing you with his big old blade, the Dawn Blade, and his high-intensity plasma cannon thingy, which is very, very nice. To his right is a 10-man squad of breachers, and I know what you're asking yourself. Why are there no drones there? Because
Why are there no drones there, Beanie?
Because I've never really gotten around to painting loads of drones. And now that they're all free, and yet they don't mean anything in terms of actually being on the board, I'm just saying that each of them have as many shield drones as they can physically have in each unit.
That makes sense.
So this unit, hilariously, the Sergeant, or the Shazwi, has 3 wounds.
I love that.
Which is more than an Intercessor,
That's so good.
which is really fun. Behind him, I have a squad of Stealth, and the Shazwi in that unit also gets 2 shield drones, so he has 4 wounds.
I love that.
With his Fusion Blaster, I think that's really fun. Next to him is a 10-man squad of Pathfinders. There's 2 rail rifles in there, and they have the pulse accelerator drone on the Shazwi, and one of the guys with rail rifles has 2 drones on him as well, so he has 3 wounds.
Very
so
nice.
he might be the tankiest Pathfinder of all time.
Love it.
On the left of that, I have a squad of Fire Warriors, and you guessed it, the Shazwi has himself 3 wounds, and they all have pulse rifles.
Nice.
Behind them, Gunny and Barrett are finally back on the table. Yes. Not because I think they're good, because I wanted to run them because it's been so long.
It has been a long time.
They both have 2 shield drones each, so they are walking around with 10 wounds a pop.
I love that. I love it.
And I've got them with all the missiles, so even though, thanks to 10th edition, this has now been halved in how many, they will be re-rolling those wounds.
Which definitely helps.
Which should be quite helpful against your army. And then just to round the list off, I have a Devilfish. The one thing that it has that you cannot see is that it's got a Seeker missile, because why wouldn't I run it? Because it's free.
Exactly.
I am 15 points under the 1,000 points, so I've immediately lost.
Gasp.
But
Here I was thinking that I'd lost with 995, but that's shockingly bad, Beanie.
I know, you can't give him an enhancement because he's a named character.
Epic hero.
And because for some reason we're now playing 10th edition where it's just power level with a new fancy name called points, you can't just add things in to bring the points up.
That is a shame indeed, but there we go. That is shockingly under 1,000 points for the Tau. Let's see if they are better when they're put on the table. Turns out that we made a bit of an error here. Turns out that Beanie would have actually got enough points left over, not from the 985 that he was talking about before, but he just completely forgot that he'd also put a Riptide into his army. So that means that Cynthia will be joining us today. Now let's continue setting up. In the shadow of Mount Dice Crypt over here, we find 2 armies that are ready for battle. This is clearly where we're going to keep the dice tray for the rest of the battle because it is sheer bans.
When it falls.
Yeah, definitely. That won't be so funny. I've got all of my army here, except those that have decided to stay within the warp a little bit longer, aka the Keeper of Secrets and a unit of Demonettes. I've got my Seekers over here supporting this unit of Demonettes, another one here ready to move through into the graveyard, and the Fiends, which are ready to storm forward, and a group of very plucky-looking stealth units over here. I mean, I love the fact that they've got Moxie, but they may not have much else after the Fiends are finished with them. But then maybe it's a trap, because the rest of the Tau army is lining the back over there, all in a solid line. Commander Farsight ushering commands to his units over there, saying, stay focused, stay ready, and when you see the demon, send it back from whence it came. But with more sort of Tau jargon, I'm sure, greater good, or I hate ethereals was chucked in there, you know what I mean?
He does say that a lot.
He does hate them. So there we go. That's the deployment done. We're now going to roll for turn 1 and start cracking some skulls. Okay, so this is the thing. Beanie has lost his goddamn mind because tell them what you've just told me.
Well, I just checked my list, and I'm not meant to have a Devilfish in there.
So you were meant to have this, but you weren't meant to have that. Get that out of here. I don't want that Devilfish, but remember, you've got 10 more bodies to put down where they were.
Yes.
So what we're saying here is that the Big Thirst somehow managed to claw the Devilfish apart.
Oh, no, don't give me any narrative out here. I done goofed, and hard.
Yeah, so another unit of regular Fire Warriors is going to be deployed here. So here we are after Tau, turn 1 movement. Beanie won the roll-off and decided to quite aggressively push forward with a lot of his army, including the stealth suits over here that marched across the barricade towards the Fiend, hoping to light them up with a ton of pulse weaponry. Over in the far corner, Cynthia the Riptide stayed put, but Commander Farsight issued the order to push forward for the rest of his units, Pathfinders and the Fire Warriors, and even a bit of reshuffling at the back there to block any deep striking. All have moved towards the centre of the board. Very nice indeed, Bean, but as you said off camera, not a lot of shooting going to be happening because everything is a little bit out of range. However,
that's right.
There are some units that have big ranges, including Gunny and Barrett with their 48-inch missile pods that are going to go straight into...
So it's just the Seeker missiles?
Oh, just the Seeker missiles that are going to go into the Fiends, correct?
So
I don't know what else they would target. They can't see through the ruin over there.
Nope.
So it is their only viable target.
Yes,
same with this.
So I'm thinking I'm going to make them act as the observer unit.
Yep.
So they have to just shoot normally into them, and then give Gunny and Barrett that, and it is just to give them that +1 to hit because it's single shot bullets from the missiles.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So we're going to be guiding through to that. So who's going to start the shooting off then?
It's going to start with the stealth suits?
Sure thing. So let's get some weaponry ready and roll some dice. So here we go with the
burst cannons.
Ooh, okay, hitting on
4s.
Okay, so
2 big hits.
No explodies on that one there.
No.
No. And then it's going to be wounding on 4s because it's strength 5, toughness 5. 2 big wounds, AP dash against the demonic saves of 5 up. I make 1, fail 1, so 1 is down to 3 wounds. Okay, next up, the first shots have been fired. Next up, it's going to be
2 seeker missiles.
Okay, so Gunny and Barrett stepping up to the plate to show them how it is done.
That's right. So, are you ready? These
I
will
am.
be hitting on 3s.
But remember, you'll be re-rolling wound rolls of 1 because they are the guided unit by a
Stealth team. Because they are the forward operatives.
There's a lot of like keywords now, isn't there? Right, these are hitting on
3s.
2 big hits.
They are strength 14.
Whoa, okay, so you'll be wounding me on 2s.
And then re-rolling 1s.
And good thing you are. Okay, so 2 more 5. How much damage do these do a piece?
So these are -3, d6 plus 1.
Wow, okay. I make 1, fail 1, so it is potentially a
Dead
fiend for now, because the shadow of chaos will bring him back. Curses, my fiend is out of action because he's not battle line, so won't benefit from the regenerative powers of the warp. Poor old thingy, I barely knew him. So next up is Cynthia, and she's going to be shooting her ion accelerator all the way down under Mount Dice Crypt, all the way through to those demonettes over there.
And I've got no one to guide her because the Pathfinders, who are my best guiders in the unit, are currently hiding behind a building.
They are indeed.
So this will be 6 shots hitting on the big 4. I am not overcharging it because there's
What is the point?
Yeah, there's no point. So hitting on 4s. Hey,
Nice.
right down the middle.
Nice.
I'll take it.
Strength of?
7.
Well, you will be wounding me on 2s because I'm only toughness 3. Nice.
So 2 wounds.
AP, doesn't matter. I make 1, fail 1. 1 of the demonettes has been obliterated.
Yes, 3 whole damage.
Nice. Anything else to shoot?
I actually think that is the entirety of my shooting from my army right now.
Well, and that would be the end of your turn unless you really fancy a probably impossible charge over there.
You know what? I don't.
Yeah, fair enough. I was about to say, where is he going with this? Thus ends Tau, turn 1. With a sultry hiss, which sounds a little bit like Beanie Go. That's, yeah, okay. The entirety of the SLAANESHI force, I did that to him without any prompting, and I love putting him on the spot like that. Without any, they've all moved forward. That's what I was trying to say. I've captured this objective over here. I've got this objective under the control of Slaanesh over here. The Seekers have moved up around the massive Dice Mountain, and the Fiends are eyeing up a tasty target over there. But before they moved away from that objective, they decided to pay 1 CP for real space corruption or warp corruption, which basically means that if I'm within range of an objective marker at the start of any command phase, I can count it as being under my control for the rest of the game or until Beanie puts another unit on there. And it acts as a 6-inch aura bubble of my Shadow of Chaos, which affects leadership as well, which is not bad at all. Now, at the end of this phase, because I control it's half or more, which there's only 2 in No Man's Land. This means that all the way up to Beanie's deployment zone is now also in the Shadow of Chaos, which is bad news for these guys because that's going to affect their leadership and battle shock tests going forward. But it's very good for me because it means that I'll be able to deep strike within 6 inches of enemy units, which is very nice for obvious reasons. Now, before I get too high on my own fart supply, I have to deal with the big guff that is coming my way from all of these stealth suits, which Beanie said he's going to pay for Overwatch going in against the Fiends.
You better believe it.
So let's do that then and come back with any results. Oh dear, all shots missed the Fiends. Their lithe forms managed to sort of confuse them enough, because are they sexy? Are they terrifying? They're both. Gotcha. So we're going to be charging in against them right now. It's 2 dice. What is the charge range, my friend?
It is a 4.
Okay.
That's 4.5.
I've made it with a 5. It was close. So we are right on in there. And I will check the data slates to see what attacks I've got. Okay, so the Fiends have charged in and they are attacking with their giant claws and lashing tongues and tails and horrible stuff. They hit on 3s, and as Beanie and I were saying, they're toughness 4, going up against toughness 4, so that means they'll be wounding on 3s as well. So let's see what we get. So hitting on 3s. That is a pretty okay, but not great conversion there. So that is bang down the middle there, less than average. And then it's going to be wounding on 3s as well, but 6s are devastating wounds. There are no devastating wounds, but there are 4 wounds at -2 apiece.
So I have a 5-up save.
Here we go then. Ooh, okay, so you'd only take 4 wounds from that in total.
So I'm going to take that on the guy who has 4 wounds.
Wicked, so that means that the sergeant is gone and the drones are gone, leaving the rest of the
Shazwi!
Shazwi, the Shazwi is gone. But it means that the rest of them can still stand and fight.
With a -1 to hit.
I was about to say, their sulfuric musk of the fiends is going to mean that you hit on 6s instead of your luxurious 5s.
So is that saying that you stink?
I do stink real bad.
Yeah!
Not bloody bad. 1 hit, strength. Uphill climb, isn't it? 5s?
Yeah. It's either 3 or 4.
Oh, no, it's a 1
How did
over
I
there.
miss it? It's so large.
I don't know. You managed. So that is the end of my turn. No battle shock test to take yet because of the fact that you're not under half strength. But I do have 3 objectives under my control, same as you, as we move into Tau. Turn, die. So here we are. Tau, turn 2 movement is over. At the beginning, in Beanie's command phase, I decided to pop my stratagem again to corrupt yet another piece of territory over here because I can do it in any command phase, so 2 under my control, and that is going to help when they inevitably get the absolute piss kicked out of them in a minute. And doing so will be all of the units that moved up. Got the Pathfinders over here, Commander Farsight, the group of Fire Warriors, and Gunny and Barrett all moving into position to create fire lanes that are going to hopefully remove a lot of the threats over here. And you may notice that the stealth suit has actually moved out of combat, gone up here using the fly keyword to make sure that they can either drop down onto that objective in a later round or just to stay out of the way of these horrible beasts going forward for a few turns. That has been it for the movement phase. So now we go into the shooting phase. And I guess you have to pick some targets who you're going to mark and who you're going to spot. So who is that going to be with?
So these guys are going, so the breachers are going to be the spotters for Gunny and Barrett.
Cool, right, okay.
They actually aren't in range to shoot with their guns because they are a whole 10-inch range.
So that makes sense for them to at least provide some fire support.
Yeah, so allow them to hit on 3s. The Pathfinders are going to be the spotter unit for Cynthia, and they are going to use their ability because they can do it twice. They're going to do it against these 2 units.
So
not that I think I'm ever going to shoot them.
Yeah, but still, at least you've got options there.
Yep, these guys can't shoot, obviously, because they've fallen out of combat. They can't shoot. They're hiding in the back, feeling very brave. Commander Farsight is completely exposed and on his own like an absolute G-man.
He doesn't care a jot. And at the beginning of the round, Beanie scored 10 victory points for having 3 objectives under his control. So, where would you like to kick the shooting off with, my man?
So, I'm going to start with Gunny and Barrett.
Cool, okay, so we're going to go shooting with all of these missiles and their Seeker missiles straight into the fiend.
So the Seeker missiles are already gone.
Oh, you only get a 1 shot per game, is it, sort of thing?
Yep.
Oh, that's... Okay, cool, right, so all
It was free!
Yeah, fair enough. So all of the missile pod hands that they've got there are going to go into the fiends. Here we go, we're hitting on 3s first of all. Not bad at all. And then you are going to be wounding on 3s, re-rolling, because they're twin links. Ooh, not that you really needed it. Boom. How much damage a piece is these?
2.
Ooh, wow, okay.
So that is 7 at -1, not that it applies to you. Oh, you got your
my sexy dice. So I've got 7 wounds to save, 5 ups. Let's see if I can keep these fiends alive, baby! I do try, but unfortunately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is enough to kill all of my fiends right there, which is very sad indeed. Do I want to keep them alive to be a threat later on a risky roll of a 5 up? No, I'm not that bothered about them. They are gone, toasted, sent back to the warp.
Hooray!
Very nice.
Hooray! Something went to the warp.
Very nice. Okay, so then moving on, we've got.
Well, my contingency plan didn't really, because I had a plan that if they done goofed, he was going to come in and finish the job.
Commander
But now it's time to see if he can actually hit anyone now. He can hit those guys.
Okay, cool, but he'll be hitting at -1 because he's not guided. You know what I mean? He's you've chosen the targets, you've chosen the pairings, you need to choose the pairs.
Yeah, but that's only if they're an observer, is it minus if they shoot against another target. Hang on, let's just check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on 2s anyway, what are we on about? Okay, so he's firing with his...
high-intensity plasma rifle.
So intense.
He hits twice.
Twice.
It's strength 8, I believe.
So 2s to wound. It's 2 big wounds, 2 5-up saves for the demonettes in the graveyard. They make 1, fail 1 again, so that is one of them completely toasted.
That's right.
Okay.
3 damage.
Now it is going to be the Pathfinders who are guiding Cynthia. So
Yep.
Cynthia's going to go first?
No, they're going to go first, and they're going to try and hit the.
The demonettes in
I'm
the
just going to.
graveyard.
Yeah, I just need to check the range because I've given them the pulse accelerator. It means that their guns are 30. So the guys that could probably
nice.
see will be these 6 here.
Very nice.
So they can hit. So that means there is 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 shots from the pulse carbines, I believe. I just need to
Very
check.
nice
Sorry, guys.
indeed.
This is the first time I'm running them.
Oh, it's no problem at all. The 10th edition is basically, let's check all the rules all the time at the moment.
So 8 shots. These will be hitting on 4s.
Yes, they will. They hit on 4s normally?
Yes.
They will be hitting on 4s then. Yep, cool. Right. Ooh, okay. Pretty spicy. Then strength off.
5.
So 3s to wound. Not bad at all. 3 wounds coming in to save. Hooyah! I save 1, 2 more. Perish.
And now it is time for 2 shots of the real rifle.
Oh no!
Real rifle!
Oh no!
So these
Okay.
hit on 5s because they got the heavy keywords. They would be hitting on 4s if I stood still.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they do have devastating wounds.
That's also very good. 1 big
1
hit.
hit.
Strength.
10.
Oh, it's definitely a 2. It's definitely a 2. It is 1 5-up to save to make. And I do not make it, so that's another 1 gone.
Yeah, because that's a 3 damage weapon, and it's minus 4 AP. That is so rough.
Okay, so I am down to 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
6 over there. So I'm
You're
not
nearly
under
there.
not under half strength yet, so I can't start regenerating. But still, that's a fair few wounds to take, and we're not done yet because now it is time for Cynthia to level her ionic accelerator starburst opal fruit cannon at the Seekers.
Ooh.
So Cynthia is going hazardous with her ion accelerator because of the fact she wants to dish out the pain. They're only toughness 4, the Seekers over here, so it will make a difference. So,
Hitting on 3s.
here we go. Guided to glory, my friend. Very nice indeed. Wounding on 2s.
Wounded on the 2s.
Beautiful stuff. 4 coming in.
Minus silly.
Minus a lot. 4 5-ups to keep them alive. I make 2.
2.
So 2 are obliterated.
Another hazardous test.
Hazardous test says no.
And
Okay.
now, if she's within 30 of them, I'm going to be able to do some more shots.
Ooh, please do.
We're measuring live.
Here we go. People love to see
Dun
it.
dun 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 dun.
How the sausage is made.
That's right. Oh, gross.
So, it's going to be which shots now?
So, because she has 2 missile pods with her from the shield drones that you can't see,
Ah, yes, the shielded. So shielded, they got stealth in them, yes.
and they hit on 5s, but
Yes.
this will be to 4s because of the guided.
Yes.
So, 4 shots, hitting
Yes.
on 4s.
Yes. Okay.
Bean.
And then strength.
7. So 3
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. It's a big wound. How much
Minus 1,
damage?
2 damage.
Ooh. And it does claim another one, so a battle shock test is going to be needed
Ooh.
for this
Ooh,
group over
We're
here.
not done.
Oh, there's still more.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
4
blimey.
shots from the twin smart missile system,
Okay, here we go.
hitting on 3s.
Very nice indeed. Very smart.
Okay, and now 3s to wounds. They are strength 5.
Nice. Ooh, how much?
So 3, 1 damage a pop.
I saved all of them this time around.
Lovely.
Ooh, okay, but still, is that all of the shooting done now?
That is.
Okay, but I still need to do a battle shock. So if you please grab a lovely battle shock token and place it down next to us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mark, for printing this off for us. Lovely stuff indeed. Test required indeed. Okay, so that's the end of your shooting. Everything else is shot or is out of range. I assume that there's not going to be any charges. Still not worth it for you, is it?
No.
Even though you probably could overwhelm me by this point, but still, it's probably not worth it.
You are very much overestimating the power of the goat men.
Well, there we go. Thus ends Tau turn 2. So here we are after the Chaos Demons turn 2. I started with 3 objectives under my control, so I scored a mighty 10 Pinty Pointos, but I also spent 1 CP to corrupt this one over here, because why would I not want to at this point? It's basically just keeping this entire area of the battlefield under my control, and so I moved the Demonettes that were holding it this way with a mighty advance roll of 1.
Power.
I then did all of my deep striking, which is basically 6 inches away because of the shadow of the warp. I control a half of the objective markers in no man's land, so all the way up to Beanie's deployment zone is now eligible for 6-inch deep strike, and I did 6-inch deep strike over here. I did 6-inch deep strike over here, and that was it. It's Quite nice though. It's a very cool rule, and I'm enjoying it.
Tell them about the Overwatch.
I'm getting to it. You might notice that I've only got one Seeker over here, and that's because I moved around the corner and Beanie did Overwatch and absolutely obliterated 2 of them. I passed my Battle Shock test and regenerated 1 of them, and they immediately died again. So I was like, ah, coolage, thanks, sick, eggs, love it, cool. Right, so down to 1 wound over there, but the Big Thirst is in play. These guys have advanced over as well. They're basically going to do the 1 CP strat to advance and charge, and I need to get into combat. There is some shooting this time in the form of psychic wiggling, and I just need to check to see what the Big Thirst can do. So we're into the psychic phase now, and I'm getting hazardous, baby. And now, while I would normally chuck everything into Commander Farsight because I clearly hate him so much, instead I've decided to go a little bit over this way because I have a weakened Seeker unit over here that needs all the support it can get. So I'm going to do the hazardous 9 attacks into this Pathfinder squad, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s. I hit with everything bar 1, 2. Oh, there is a secret 1 over there. And then I'm going to be wounding on 2s because it is strength 6, your toughness 3. Okay, so I drop another 1, but that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 saves at -2, my friend.
So, no save.
So,
they have a 5 up save.
6 get obliterated unless...
Is it 2 damage a pop?
No, it's only 1 damage
Okay,
a pop.
so I'm going to make the rail guy, who for reasons has 3 wounds, take it.
Cool, and then another 3 get popped after that. Not bad, and then I've got to do a hazardous test as well to make sure that I don't blow up my own brains. That's a D6, and on a 1, it's bad news.
Yeah, it's 3 mortal wounds.
Oh, love it, mate. I absolutely love it. It is a 1, so I get 3 more wounds, but I have a Shining Aegis, so I get a 5 up Feel No Pain. So let's see if I can negate some of the wounds that I've just managed to mitigate onto myself. I do block 2 of them.
Oh.
So I do take 1 wound for the privilege while dishing out 6 over there. I feel like that's a fair trade. That is the end of my shooting phase, and it was a psychic phase. Fantastic. Into the charge phase. I've got a lot of thinking to do. So here's what it looks like after the charges. I've made every single one of them, even with a cheeky photon grenade that was popped by this squad over here that -2 to my charge. I passed my Battle Shock test and my charges to get in there. And the Big Thirst is squaring up against Farsight. Even the Seeker, the lowly Seeker on 1 wound, has made it into the fray. The most important charge was actually over here, though, getting Gunny and Barrett tied up because they don't have the blast keyword, as we were discussing off camera, but they are very powerful when it comes to shooting, and I will take whatever I can get to mitigate their horrendous output. So, Beanie does not, unfortunately, have enough CP to pay to interrupt. So what we can do is do all of the small fry fight over here, and then we're going to move into the Big Thirst versus Farsight. Well, after a very impressive charge, they haven't managed to do much, this squad over here, only racking up 2 regular wounds and 2 devastating wounds. And Beanie has a 4-up save against devastating wounds, so that's actually worse than normal. It's rubbish. Okay, so these are going to be at -1, so these will be 3-up saves. Okay, so they pass them, and then it's 2 4-up saves. Okay, 1 wound has been done against Gunny and Barrett. It's all about the little things, he said lyingly to himself. Moving over to the next squad. So the combat was a little bit better over here, with the ladies managing to rack up 8 normal wounds and 3 devastating wounds, and this is at -2 because they are within the 6-inch aura of their Lord of Slaanesh.
Okay, so 6 is to save.
Indeed. Ooh, not a bad showing.
I saved 2.
So how many? 6, 7, 8, 9.
So 9, and remember there is Sir Tankulus in there with
his...
his...
with his 3 or 2 wounds?
His 3 wounds,
3?
because for reasons.
Amazing. So you lose...
so I will lose... So there was 9, so I'll lose 7 in total.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all, though. The lady's doing the Lord's work. This Lord's work. The Seeker up next managed to do 2 at -1 and 1 with the Lashing Tongue at -0.
Okay, so 6s?
No,
Nope, 2 dead, and then on a 5.
No.
3 dead.
So managed to claim 3, and that is another Battle Shock over there. Ooh. And finally, it is the Big Thirst coming in against Farsight, starting off with the Wit Stealer Sword up here. This is 6 attacks hitting on 2s.
Oh, and I'm playing counter-offensive, so I can reroll my hits and my wounds in this combat.
Ooh, very nice indeed. I get 3 1s, which absolutely sucks the life out of that. So then it's going to be wounding on 3s again. It is at least 2 more big wounds, and it's AP -2 and 3 damage.
Okay, so 4 up saves.
So he's taken 3 damage.
I'm going to use a command point.
Do you...
I have 1.
Yes, you do. Yes, and then it is time for the big claws to come in. Will they do the damage? He hits you, I want to say, 4 times, but I need to check the app. No, he hits you 4 times. Now, these are only strength 6, and you are toughness 5, did you say?
Yeah, so 3s.
So 3s
But they are devastating wounds.
And I get you 3 times with this. Now, this is again at your -2s and 3 damage pop.
Okay, so 4 ups.
Ooh, he only takes 3 damage after the entire exchange, and now the way of the short blade will be shoved right into the face of this SLAANESHI demon. Right, here we go. Far sight is up. It's a -1 to hit the Big Thirst because of the mesmerizing form, but he's rerolling all hits and all wounds. Oath of Momenting.
Okay.
Oath. Ooh. Okay, then strength of this is?
10.
I am also toughness 10, so 4s to wound.
And re-rolling.
Ooh, do 6s do anything? Do 6s do anything? Do 6s do anything?
No, they don't.
Okay.
But it's -2, 3 damage.
Okay, so 4 ups. I make 1, fail 1. Do I have a CP left? I do not. But how much damage is it?
3.
Feel no pains of 5 up for the Shining Aegis. And I do take 3 full wounds. It is a standoff between the 2 juggernauts of both of our armies over here. But that's not the only combats left, because we still have the Pathfinders.
You did them.
The regular
my
ones over
fight
there,
back.
and Gunny and Barrett, which looks a little bit like. So the fight back over here was nil point over here, nil point over here, but then mucho point over here because the goatmen kicked my seeker to death. They got 2 hits, 1 wound, and 2 hits, 2 wounds, and I failed them both. Sad times indeed. But that is the end of combat over here. You are not under half health with him yet.
Nope.
I said 6 wounds to begin with, so he is okay for battle shock tests. So thus ends Chaos Demons turn 2, moving into Tau turn 3. So here we go, beginning of Tau turn 3, and there's some battle shocks to test. And this is the thing, because you are within the shadow of chaos right now, because I still control the objectives in No Man's Land, it means that if you fail this battle shock test, at which you are a -1, you'll take D3 mortal wounds. So they are on a leadership of
8 with that.
Ooh. And they do pass it.
Yeah, yeah.
The Pathfinders, more like Pass-finders.
Ha! Let's see what you did. Right, so the 3-man squad over there.
Yes.
They need to do it as well.
They
did.
do. Blimey, they are holding strong, these guys
And
over here.
that's all my battle shocks.
That's all the battle shocks done for now. So now into your command and movement phase. The Tau are getting sneaky in their turn 3 movement, because not only has Commander Farsight done a tactical withdrawal over here, he's also plonked some of his Pathfinders onto that objective to make sure that they are still holding the line for the greater good. And he's also fallen back his regular fire warriors over here to open up firing lines for this other squad of strike warriors over there to shoot down. And I feel like I'm one of those infomercial things where you're just like, but that's not all, because over here the stealth units have done a mighty advance all the way down to take that objective from me, which is very bad news indeed. But hopefully this squad of demonettes over here will be able to rush up and take them out in the next turn. So that is all of the movement phase. Time for a glorious shooting phase, Tau style. And where's it going to start?
So I am going to start the shooting phase off with Gunny and Barrett because they're tied up in combat, so
Makes
I might
sense.
as well just get them out the way. In terms of guided units...
Oh yes, of course.
I need to figure that out as well. So these guys are going to guide for Cynthia against the Big Thirst.
We've said that she's touching the ruined footprint here, so that means that it is a viable target to be shot at.
Yes. So there is no real guiding to be done over here because they're going to get -1 to shoot anyway because of
being in combat.
With all the things. Those guys fell back, so I don't believe they can guide. Can you guide if you've advanced?
I think that you can. It doesn't. I don't remember saying anything.
So I guess they would guide that for them.
Yeah, I mean that looks like it would be a viable solution. So yep, so they are being guided by the stealth suits over there. Nice. Okay, you're starting with Gunny and Barrett going in against the demonettes. Starting with the high yield missile pods not being guided, so hitting on
5.
Oh dear. Orc shooting, baby.
And it showed up just like Orc shooting.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Strength of this is a lot, isn't it?
So it's 7 to be 2 to wounds.
Yes, it'll be 2 to wounds.
And re-rolling, so it's twin linked.
Nice.
So I'll re-roll that.
Also nice. So that is 4 saves. Demonics. I fail all of them. Ooh.
So 4 dead.
4 of them have bit the big one over here. Not bad at all. Next up.
So then it is going to be the twin smart missile systems.
Yes.
Which has 3 attacks each.
Oh, okay.
So that will be 6 shots.
Indeed it will.
Okay, hitting on 5s. 2.
Ooh, okay. Strength of?
5, so 3's to wound.
3s. Okay.
1 wound.
And I've passed it.
Okay, that is the long and the short of all of their shooting.
Okay, but it's not the only shooting, because obviously we've got this strike warrior over here that are going to go into this squad.
They are.
Do they get extra attacks because of their being in rapid fire range?
I am literally checking that right now.
Ah, fair enough, good sir. Fair enough.
So they are rapid fire, and it's 30-inch range, so if they're within 15, which I would believe they are.
Yes, I would say so.
So 3, 6, 9, 10.
Nice.
Hang on, I've got to get another 10 dice.
The 10 dice have been located, my friends, hitting on 3s.
Look at those ones.
Oh, I will try not to. Avert thy gaze.
Oh, this stings.
It does. Strength 5 on toughness 3, so that's going to be 3s to wound.
Yes, yes. And wasn't there something about them giving the reroll of 1s to wound if
Yes,
they
it
observe?
was. Yes, if they are the observing units, they do give that ability.
Cool, so 3s, rerolling 1s.
Not that you bloomin' well needed it.
Cool.
Nice. How many is that?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the squad. 5 ups. I'll re-roll that one because it's cocked. So that is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are gone. They have been obliterated.
There was much rejoicing.
Indeed there was. Very nice indeed.
Thank you.
Who is up next?
So it will be Cynthia.
Is she going to overcharge?
Of course she's going to overcharge.
Beautiful stuff. And you're attacking the big thirst here, so it is again a -1 to shoot, so it's going to negate the
Thing.
the
Spotter.
spotted, whichever
Yeah,
one it
yeah.
is. So 4s.
So yeah, hitting on 4s. I'm overcharging, so I'll do a hazardous test after.
Sure. Ooh, not bad, not bad. And then strength of this is?
8.
I'm toughness 10.
So 5s to wound.
1 wound. AP lot, so it's going to be 4 up invulnerable save, which I do not make, but
4
what is
damage.
it's going to be 4 on the Shining Aegis. I do not make a single one of them, so that's 4 damage from that.
Do I take 3 damage for the privilege?
It's down to 10.
I do not.
Ooh, you're fine, you're fine.
And now the missile pods.
Indeed.
So 4 shots of them. So these will be hitting on 5s.
Yes. Nice.
Hey.
Showing up, man.
So 5s again to wound.
Sure. Ooh, lovely stuff. 4 up again. Oh, it doesn't make damage this
2
time.
more damage.
2. I do take another 2. Blimey, come on, mate. Wake up a little bit. Jesus Christ.
How's she feeling?
Well, she's on 8 wounds, and she will be regenerating at the beginning of next turn, I think, but I will have to double check.
Oh, I think I accidentally did an extra shot with her missiles
It's
last time.
fine, don't worry.
But it was
about
only the one.
It's all good, baby.
Okay, so 3 shots hitting on 4s.
Ooh.
And strength 5, so it's going to be 6s to wound.
It will be indeed.
And there it
my
is.
God. So 4 up again. And he hasn't made a sound. Oh my God, how much damage this time?
Just the 1.
Oh, behave, mate. Okay, down to 7. Clearly, this is just the delightful agonies that we clearly want to earn.
I was not expecting that.
I was not expecting that either, my friend. But this is Warhammer on Live and Let's Dice. What you want to happen will not happen.
So, my Pathfinders, is there a rail rifle in there? There is! Huzzah!
A rail rifle going into the chops of the big thirst, is it now?
Yep, so this will be hitting on... oh, right, hang on. So it hits on 5s, they've moved. With the -1, it's hitting on 6s.
Oh, beautiful stuff indeed. And no.
And now 4 shots from the pulse carbine.
Indeed.
Hitting on 4s. Well, hitting on 5s, actually, because of her spicy rule.
Nice, very spicy.
And now this will be wounding on 6s. There it is.
Gasp. A 4 up invulnerable save. Wow, I've not made a single invulnerable save.
You haven't.
So 50-50, and then 5 up on this one. Wow, into a 1, into a 1. I think that Slaanesh loves to sort of tease me with good rolls to begin with, and then goes, ah, yes, you thought you were going to get out of this in one piece, mate. No. Well, that's her down to 6 wounds from 10 or 14 or whatever she was at the beginning. Fantastic stuff. So, that's the end of your shooting phase. Is it time for a charge?
No.
I thought so. So it is the combat over here, which looks a little bit like... Well, the fight back over here was actually a little bit better than it was last time, with 3 regular at -1 and 2 at devastating. So these are 3 at 3 ups. Let's do 2 wounds,
Lovely.
and then it is 2 4-up saves. and another one. So 3 in total. That is not bad at all.
Down to 6.
Yep, I'll take whatever I can get at this point.
And now I get to punch you back.
You do indeed, with your massive colossal fists. So,
That's right, 6 attacks.
oh, that's going to be pretty spicy indeed.
Hitting on the old 5s.
Oh no. Oh,
Not a
no.
sausage.
Okay, so thus ends the combat over here. A significant punchback from Beanie with his forces, but there is still all to play for as we now move into Chaos Demons turn 3. So it was a very quick movement phase for me because all I did was move this Demonette squad over here to try and tie up the stealth suits and take back that objective. I'm keeping the Big Thirst where they are at the moment because I can then see around the corner to do some Phantasmagoria style stuff, and it makes my, means I can charge in against both of these units because if I land perfectly right there, I'll be in engagement range of both of them. And if I do well, I can take the objective, I can spend that 1 CP strat to just claim it, no matter where it is, and I can peace out of here with my terrible rolls.
Is that at the end, start of the turn, though?
It says start of any command phase, so as soon as I do that one, I can go bang, straight into it. Bang, baby, bang! Bang, bang, Barts. He's come back again. The Vindicare from our Winter's battle. Also, hi, Winters, if you're watching. So, it's time for the psychic attacks. I'm going to go hazardous because I clearly have not learned, and I'm going to go all the way around. Actually, I'm in the footprint, so I can actually technically see through, can't I, to go over there. And I'm going to go into that squad at the back there.
Well, a juicy rump can see, no
Yeah,
matter
exactly,
what,
yeah.
anyway.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots. Hitting on the 2s. We have dropped only the 1 so far. And this is going to be strength 6, so 2s again to wound. Okay, we do drop 3, 4. Blimey.
Wow.
Come on, lads. Okay, so that is -2 on these ones here.
Okay, so 6 of saves.
Here we go.
Because they are not in cover.
Okay, so it's 3 dead, and the hazardous test. Again, the hazardous.
Wow!
So 3 mortal wounds, and I block none of them. Wow, I've just rolled 4 1s into 4 1s then. I'm going to believe that these dice here are officially cursed. I take 4 mortal wounds, so I basically go down below the place that I was before.
Battle shock test.
Yep, it's going to suck. It's going to really, really suck over here. So, it's time for the charge phase. We are going to charge over here with the Demonettes into the stealth squad.
I'm going to check to see if they've got the grenade keyword, because I would love to photon grenade these chaps.
Ah, it's
Or
only
chapettes.
6 inches, I believe, is it not? And I think I'm 7 away. Ooh, 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 we're finding out. We're finding out. So we made it into the combat over here with the Big Thirst as well. 4 wins remaining, so I'll be hitting on 3s instead of 2s now, which is annoying because I'm in my bracketed phase. But I'm going to go with the attacks here first, and I am going to obviously split the attacks.
Question, do you have to be in base-to-base contact to fight far side?
I am in under here, and I have to just basically be 6 inches above, isn't it? Like, it's the same engagement rules as it was in 9th, where if you're technically in base-to-base contact but directly below them, you are fine. And
Cool.
I made sure that I lined that up perfectly there. So, I will be splitting my attacks. I will be doing, it's a risky one. All 6 are going to go into the squad over here, and the 4 big choppers are going to go into far side over here.
Okay, so hitting on 3s.
6 attacks, hitting on 3s, because we're feeling a little bit woozy. Not that it mattered too much, because I would have failed those ones as well. So then it's going to be killing on 2s, hopefully. And there is 3 at minus, ooh, I want to say -2, so I believe that is them.
Yeah, they're dead.
The goose is cooked over there, but now will I be able to do 4 big attacks against them on the far side? Will they find their mark? Hitting on 3s. I hit you 3 times. I just need 1 devastating wound to pop off. That's all I need. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, one of them has dropped. I'm gonna CP this one. Come on. Okay, so that is 2 big wounds coming in at minus a lot, so it's onto your 4 up and vulnerable. And he's made them both, you piece of trash. Okay, fine. So now it is time for the far side to fight back, even though there is technically a fight back over there. Let's just see where it goes. So it's 4 attacks with his short blade.
Yep, so he would have been hitting on 2s, down to 3s because of your smelly musk.
Indeed.
But no rerolls because he's already done it.
Thankfully.
And he did need it.
Okay, cool. So this is strength.
10 on 10, so 4s.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so
2 4-ups.
4 ups. Made them both this time. Finally standing strong, and I have claimed that objective for Slaanesh, which is fantastic, because I will definitely be popping a certain strat to make sure that stays under my bloody control. Over there, it's time for another fight. Let's get some dice. With a smattering of devastating wounds, we have killed the stealth units over there, claiming that objective for Slaanesh, meaning that I now hold 4 at the end of that combat. But there is still the clear battle of battles to go ahead over here.
And I fight first?
You fight first this time. So Gunny and Barrett over here missed again with all of their attacks. But I managed to fight back and get 3 devastating wounds and 1 regular. So 1 regular at 3 up, my friend. That is not 1, it's just 1 regular, just 1 regular. Reroll that, mate. 1 regular.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was half listening.
Okay,
That's what I get.
Yeah, that's what I get. And then 3 4-ups. Okay, so with 3 wounds in total, 1 of them is down to 3. Are they counted as a unit together, by the way?
Yeah.
So if I do kill one of them, are they then prone to battle shot from that point?
Only if you then knock him down a wound.
Oh, pissy, piss. Right, okay, that is the end.
Actually, could they ever get... Yeah, that's how it would have to work.
So that is the end of the combat over here. Turn 3 is over there. At the beginning of Beanie's turn 4, he's going to be scoring just
10 points.
the 10 points over here, and I will be paying 1 CP to corrupt this objective marker because I want it. I want it real bad. And now let's move into his command phase. So, in another cunning display of Tau tactics, Commander Farside has leapt from the roof over here, landed down just outside of my engagement range, but still within engagement range of the objective itself, and is therefore trying to contest so that when Cynthia eventually blows me apart, then you will be holding that objective. So,
Hang on, couldn't I have just left him in combat then and do the same thing?
you wouldn't have been able to shoot at the Big Thirst if you were in combat.
That's exactly why I did it.
So there we go. That has been your movement. Everything else is ready to go. These guys are spotting the Big Thirst. Is that correct? Is that what was going on? So that they can shoot her as well?
Oh, well, they'd be able to shoot anyway. These guys, I guess, aren't really doing anything.
They moved up there with an advance, though, didn't
Yes.
they? So they moved up there, but I'm saying, are they going to spot the Big Thirst so that it makes it easier for other people to shoot?
Well, these guys are going to spot the Big
Oh,
Thirst.
yeah, fair enough. In that case, then they're just doing whatever they need to do over there.
Yeah, spotting for Cynthia.
Cool. Right, so into the shooting phase. And do you want to start with Cynthia?
I do.
Ooh, is it going to be hazardous?
Of course it is.
Ooh, here we go. Cynthia going in against the Big Thirst. -1 to hit.
And with the spotter negated, so hitting on
4s.
4s. Not so hot.
Ooh, okay.
Uh,
Strength of?
8.
So 5's the wound. Ooh, 2 big wounds. And it's the 4-ups. Ooh, yeah. Neither made.
8 damage.
Flipping hell, you absolute unit. I'm going to spend 1 CP to reroll 1. Oh, you piece of trash. Okay, so it is 8. 8 5-ups to make. 4. I'm just going to do it in 2 batches of 4 because it probably won't matter. And I've got 4 wounds left. First batch of 4. On 1 wound. Come on. Nope, dead. Blimey, you suck today. Okay, cool, right, so.
Power.
Is there anything I can do before I go? Let us have a consult of the stratageriums. Unfortunately, the Big Thirst tried to explode with a deadly demise, but even failed to do that, rolling yet another 1. I feel that Slaanesh was just, once again, delightful agonies were on this guy instead of the people on the table.
So, again, with the pairings of the marker-like whatever Majeg, couldn't they just go back onto the ones in the combat?
No, because you would have had to have dedicated which one they are.
So it would have been them with the broadsides who haven't been shot yet.
Yes, sir, but it's still going to be -1 anyway, isn't it, for
So it
shooting
just
into combat?
so it would just negate that -1.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
So just make it on 4s instead of 5s.
Sure. That makes sense.
Okay, so 4s with the big old guns. Ooh, wow, that was less than half. But
And then strength.
7.
So
3s.
2 wounds because I'm tough.
Oh yeah, 2s, and they're twin linked. So
So re-rolling all wounds. Nice. Nice. How many are we looking at?
5 -1.
5 demonic saves, baby. I save 2, so 3 get blasted back to the wall. Still in this. But a battle shock a battle shock token I need for this squad.
Here you go.
Oh, actually no, I can just use the Big Thirst one because he sucked and died over there. Right, okay, but I have crafted that. That's already gone. So there we go. Cool.
Okay, so now they've got the shots from the missile pods on their shoulders.
Nice. Ooh, very nice indeed. Strength of?
5, so 3's the wound. Okay, 3 wounds.
3 wounds, 3 girls left on the table. And 3 still standing.
Whoa.
Ooh, okay, making you work for it.
Gotta work.
That's all the shooting from them, though, isn't it?
It is, and now we go into the combat phase.
And I fight first here?
Yeah, you do.
Yep, do you want to charge?
Not really, I can't really give up that objective right now.
Fair enough. Okay, so the combat between these two absolute juggernauts looks a little like this ridiculous slogfest. He managed to kill another one. I didn't manage to do a single wound back to him, but we still carry on, because that is the end of Tau turn 4. Into my turn 4, I get 10 victory points once more. It seems to be the recurring theme this time around, because Beanie took this objective back from me. So what I've got to do now is first spend my CP to corrupt this target over here that I get, because I need to move off of it. Get my arse up to there and kill those guys. That is the objective that I need, and then we can deal with everything else afterwards. So over here, Beanie has popped the photon grenade strat one more time to make sure that its 6-inch charge becomes an 8-inch charge over here.
CP at the start of your turn.
So it is just down to this then, isn't it?
So do you battle shock?
Battle shock?
Yeah.
Over here, I forgot about the battle shock.
Yeah, and also with the photon grenade thing, it makes you have to do a battle shock to begin with.
Do a battle shock test with the new squad over here. They have failed past. I need to double check because they've got a standard with them, so let's double check. I have passed with the first group, but will I pass with the second group, which is arguably more important? I do pass with them as well, and it means that I get D3 people back to the squad because they are battle line. Come on. For the big 3 of them back in, that is going to make a significant difference against them right there. So it comes down to this, a charge against these breaches over here.
On an 8.
An 8, let's see if I can get it. 6, 7, 8, I do get it.
Dang nabbit.
I've made every charge, but I have not done very much once I've got into combat, as we have realised. So let's go into the combat with the charges. And with yet another smattering of devastating wounds coming in over here, that is the Breacher squad gone. So that is them out, but now Gunny and Barrett get to fight back against me. So say I. That was the end of the combat phase. 2 were punched down and they did 1 wound back. It is a slog fest for the ages. But as things stand, 3 objectives under my control, 3 for Beanie. He moves into his turn 3, so his final score will be another 10 points. Woo! What a surprise. He scored 10 all the way through, giving him 50 points. So what I've got to do...
40 points.
Oh, 40 because you don't score in the first turn. So what I've got to do, ladies and gents, is somehow make a heroic charge, dash, whatever I can pull out of my arse and grab one last objective and score at the end of my turn. Now, that is all I've got. Let's move into his turn. So here we are. It's the final turn. The tower pushing up. They have got all of their units with their beady eyes trained on these demonettes over here. If they can kill them, it's a draw because there's no way that I can even get anywhere close. Farsight's in. Cynthia's in. Everyone is spotting everyone else effectively, and there's even a strategy that's being played to allow the spotting unit itself to benefit from spotting or being guided, whichever one it is.
Yes, coordinate to engage.
So that means that pretty much everything is hitting on 3s or 2s in Farsight's case. So let's see if they can kill, what, 9 demonettes? Come on, ladies. Slaanesh needs you.
So start with the strike team, so hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Still managed to miss a whole bunch.
And then this is strength 5 on 3, so 3's to wound.
3 wounds.
3 big wounds. 3 big wounds.
3 5-ups.
3 5-ups. Ooh, 2 5-ups. 1 dead. Okay, a good start for me, but it could all go very wrong very quickly. Okay, next up is...
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Binthia. Here we go. Hazardous? No, clearly not.
No need this time.
No need.
Okay, so 6 shots.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
okay.
really, really terrible.
The greater good has gone a bit bad. Okay, so 2s to kill.
Yes. Do I want to CP one of them?
Do you?
Do I?
Do I?
No.
No.
Okay, so 2s.
Ooh, very nice indeed. 2 demonics. Come on. Shrugged off 1.
Another one dead.
Dead, so I'm going to remove it from the barricade.
Okay, now... the 3 shots from the twin missiles on her back. Hit once.
Ooh, okay.
Wounding on 3s. Yay!
Ooh, okay.
And now the 4 from the missile pods that you can't see.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And these will be hitting on 4s.
Okay, 2, and then these strength?
7s.
Okay, so 2s. Yeah. Okay, so another 2 bite the big one there. So I'm on 5 in the squad remaining.
Okay, Commander Farsight is now going to level his 2 shots at them, hitting on 2s.
Ooh.
He's going to pay for the CP here.
Okay. Ooh, big hits. Okay, 2s to kill probably.
2s. And there's the 1.
Ooh,
so
okay,
1 wound.
1 5-up to make. And he doesn't make it. So that is put them under half strength. Battle shock test will be required for them.
So Gunny and Barrett are going to shoot out of combat. They're out of combat because they can, because they're vehicles, at a -1 to hit.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
So they are not guided because it's only in pairs that you get to do the guiding shots.
Okay, so what's it going to be, 4s to 5s?
So yeah, so it's going to be 5s for them to hit.
Okay, and they're all going into that 1 squad over there.
Oh yes, because
yes.
I've been saving the ability to do this all game.
I don't know why I've not spent that 1 CP strat for the reroll saving throws of 1. I even said it to you that I was going to do it and then I didn't do it. I'm going to pay for it now, okay? So I get to reroll all of my... I don't know why I did that. Okay, right.
Okay, so hitting on 5s.
Oh, that's more than enough to kill them.
Okay, wounding on 2s. So 3.
3 5-ups. Oh god, I just hit the thing there. Great work, Jules. 1 made, 2 failed, so they are down to 2 units in the squad.
Okay,
Actually, I'm going to move them from the furthest away of the barricade, so if you did try and charge me with Farsight, you wouldn't get the added barricade bonus.
Okay, and now 6 shots from the smart missiles.
Oh dear, hitting on 5s again.
2 hits.
Oh, that's all you need. That's all you need, baby.
Now 3's to wound. 1 wound.
Ah, don't make me do it. Okay, it's a reroll of 1 for the strat that I paid, and it worked. I'm on 2 guys left. Sick. Right.
Okay.
So that's all the shooting done. And now it's time for the long bomb charge. It is an 11-inch charge to get in. I knew that moving them away from the barricade was a smart plan. Boxcars, boxcars, boxcars. Ooh, so close.
It's a good charge.
CP.
Yeah, why not?
CP's in. He's made it!
Yes!
It's an 11-inch charge! Oh no, that spelt the end for them. I can now reveal what my plan was going to be, by the way. If they were still uncontested or not in
You're going to
combat.
pick them up and put them on the back?
Yeah, because I spend 1 CP to put them into deep strike for this thing, and then pay another CP to put them within 3 inches of enemy units, drop them straight back down to that, and break the game. But unfortunately, Farsight has seen my plan. He is very cunning and wise,
So he
and
has
beautiful and handsome and sexy. So, right, let's go
8
into the
attacks with his sweet profile.
big sweep, big sweep.
Hit on 2s.
Oh, I'm going to pay for the 1 CP thing to reroll all saving throws of 1 now, because there's like, yeah. It may keep her alive.
Hit with all. Strength 6, so 2 to wound. Hit with all of them, so that's 8 saves, 5 ups.
I can do it, I can do it, I can
Believe.
do it. I can do it, I can do it.
Can't believe I made a box, guys.
I can do it, I can do it. I cannot do it, unfortunately. Surprise, surprise. I don't know why I sounded so disappointed. It was a very thing. So that means that those demons are wiped out.
But now the most important fight.
I get to fight first here.
Yeah, you do.
Is there any way that I can do anything with them? Yes, of course there is. I can just fall back 9 inches and claim that objective. Yes.
But you have to fight.
But I have to pass a battle shock as well. Right, okay. So, it is time. It is time. 9 attacks. Are you ready? We'll capture this on camera because it is so glorious. 9 attacks, hitting on 3s, rolling 1s. Re-roll that one and that one. It's all hits. Gunny and Barrett clearly have their days numbered.
It's true.
It is, oh, let's just drop that dice on the floor. It's going to be 5s. 6s are great. Oh, that's actually not bad, mate.
Ooh.
That's actually okay. So that is 4 at -1 and 2 devastating wounds.
Okay.
So 4 at -1.
So 3 ups.
They finally cracked one of them. He's dead.
He is.
And then 2 devastating wounds.
4s.
And another wound passes over, meaning that they have to take a battle shock test because that's exactly the scenario that we said. Yay! And there was much rejoicing because
And now
now
3 attacks back.
all I've got to do is make sure he doesn't get all 3 attacks in, and I can fall back and hopefully win the game.
Oh, but you score
The end of my turn.
What?
You score at the end of your turn with the other second player.
Oh.
Yeah, remember? The hangover from 9th. Okay, so it is 3 attacks back, hitting on 5s. Oh! Okay, here's 2s.
There it is.
Okay, so one of them is down. I'll take it from the furthest one away over there. That is the end of combat, but I do need to take a battle shock test as well as Beanie.
And also, I can overwatch you as you're moving.
Yes, you can, unless I move into... Oh, no, you trigger the overwatch whenever you fancy, isn't it? Or is it
I'm just getting the wording up now.
Because if it ends move R, you won't be able to do it. I know you will, because I'll be ending it inside the rune. Right, okay, so that is the end of your turn. It moves into my turn 5, unsurprisingly, with 2 models left on the battlefield. I will be doing my battle shock test first. Come on. You have passed. D3 models back, baby. And it's 3, and I'm going to daisy chain them the heck towards
So
that
I'm going to overwatch
marker.
you now because...
I haven't moved yet, mate. I haven't bloody moved.
Your opponent's movement or charge just after an enemy unit is set up or when an enemy unit starts or ends their movement.
It says hence a normal move, advance,
fall back or
yeah,
charge.
okay, cool, right, so I am falling back, so you will be able to do your overwatch, and I will just get my models first. They're drunk, they're meant to be there. Right, okay, so it is overwatch with this squad over there, correct? Or that squad? Who's overwatching?
It's going to be the strike team.
Strike team over there. Shooting in.
Okay,
Here we go.
So how many are there? 7?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, yes.
6.
So 7, 14 shots hitting on 6s.
Okay.
Here we go. Ooh, not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. A brave, brave attempt. Especially seeing as it probably will take one of them with a parting blow.
It does.
It does indeed. So one of them is dead, but I will fall back onto the objective with my 9-inch move, claim that for Slaanesh, and thus ending
Win
the
the
game
game
by 5 peenty pointies. That was a hard-fought battle, down to the last demonette. The Tau gave me a lot of pushback, but I tell you who was not a fan of my battle today. Bloody Slaanesh with that Chaos Demon, blimey. The amount of ones that I rolled with them there. Never put those eggs into that sexy basket. So that has been the end of today's battle report. I think that was a pretty fair and balanced 2 units, 2 armies really.
Yeah.
All things considering.
It's just a bit weird that you have to make that choice when you're deciding which armies to go up against.
Yeah,
at the moment.
it's a strange time to be alive in 10th edition because we're basically at this point where we're like, okay, let's match up armies that feel like they would compete well against each other rather than, hey, let's just bring what we like to bring. But that is the way that it ends, to paraphrase Winters, and that is 5 points to me victory. That's the end of our battle report. 1,000 points of Chaos Demons versus Tau. If you want to follow us on the social medias, you can do so by following Beanie over on Instagram at
Beanie4K.
And you can follow me over on Instagram where I'm at RetroJ, but the O is a 0. Hope to see you over there. Big love to you all. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And big shout out to not only Firestorm Games, more on that later, and also to Grey Stag Gaming for providing all of the lovely objective markers that we used today in Beanie's hand. Ooh, oh, lovely, lovely, indeed, indeed, indeed. Until then, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.